Well, good afternoon everyone and welcome to my shed. I just thought it's been a while since I've posted anything on YouTube, and it's a bit of a cold grey day in late autumn, and what better to do than pop into the shed. And today I'm going to do some wood turning and I'm going to have a go at making a bowl. I've got the wood mounted on the end of my rather vintage Myford ML8 wood turning lathe. So the intention is to turn this into a bowl, so let's see how we get on with that. So where do we start? This is where I started. A few months ago I made a little bowl, quite a shallow bowl, from some offcut. The offcut is shown there, of some kitchen worktop. It's oak stave, and I've never really found a use for it. So I thought I would make myself a little bowl out of the kitchen worktop, and it turned out quite well. In this case, though, what I've actually done is I've glued two layers of oak together. So there's actually two pieces of kitchen worktop glued together. You can see the join there. There we go. So one thing about the Myford is it's limited on the inside for turning. So as you can see there, I can just about manage an 8-inch diameter bowl, if that. So there's 4 inches up to the centre there from that metal rail. So I've still got a bit more to come off. There's still some flat spots here and some irregularities here where the wood was a bit short. So I need to take the bowl further in. At the moment I can do it this way, or I can jig this so that I can work that way. So there's my chuck jaws, and that's the gap that I need to create in order to get my bowl to mount on the front here. Okay, so I've got my calipers set to the outer diameter of these jaws. So I'm just going to make the recess now in the bottom of the bowl, and then that will be transferred over onto the chuck at the front. picking up a slightly different chisel now, just to make the recess a bit smoother, and also to get the kind of little dovetail into the corner here. Okay, so what am I noticing just now? First of all, there's a little bit of kind of tear out on the end grain, so I'm probably going to have to resharpen my chisel to make sure it's as sharp as it can possibly be. And the curve, the shape of the bowl is coming out reasonably well. There's one or two irregularities around here, so I need to just work on getting a more even cut round, and I also need to just tidy up the base of the bowl as well. I've got the recess cut, but I need to make the little stand a bit more finished. So there's a fair bit more to go yet. So this is my bowl gouge sharpening jig. I'm sure those of you that are already into wood turning will have some sort of means of sharpening your blades, but this is mine. I got it off eBay for a few quid a few years ago. It's two parts. There's a bit that sits underneath the sharpener and a bit that attaches to the bowl gouge, and one sits in the other like that. So let's have a go at sharpening, see if we can get a bit of a better blade. Plunk it in some water to cool it off. Yeah, that's freshened it up a bit. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and get more of a foot onto the bowl. So I've repositioned this rest a little bit more at an angle here. I'm going to work at trying to get rid of some of this material and carry it around the perimeter. I've already taken a bit off the base here just to sort of even that bit up with a slight sort of inward angle, so that when the bowl sits on a level surface it's sitting on the outside of that piece of timber there. So let's have a go at trying to get a bit more material out of here. Right, I reckon that might be okay. There's a foot on there. I'm not sure if it's going to be strong enough to hold the ball, but anyway, when I turn it on the inside, but we'll see. We'll see how we get on with that. There's a few marks on here that need to come off. Yeah, I notice there's quite a lot of chattering. Maybe if anybody knows why, they might want to comment in the space below. But anyway, it's progressing. So I think on the whole I'm quite happy with the shape of that now. It's quite reasonably even and regular. I think it'll sand up okay to get rid of some of the rough bits. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little decorative sort of edge around here, just to make it a little bit more, give it a bit more variety really. So let's see, I'm going to use this tool to do that. Just put a little groove in the top. Let's see if that works. Right. So I'm going to try and finish this off now by sanding it down and then putting some finish on it, and then transferring it over onto the chuck. Get the dust mask on, ready for sanding. Let's go! So I'm starting with the coarsest grade first. This is a 80 grit, just a bit of regular sandpaper, and then I'll go through the finer grits to finish it off. So I'll get it turning up. So I'm right up to P320 now. I'm just going to finish off with a P400 after this one. I'm just putting a bit of this Yorkshire grit, just for some of the voids in the end grain. Just use a bit of cloth. So I've just put the Yorkshire grit on. I've put a liberal coating of it on. And I think that's a reasonable finish. Obviously there's a level of sophistication when it comes to finishing these kind of things, but to me that's looking pretty good. I've got a cloth here. Best practice really is not to use a cloth when you've got this turning, in case the bits of material get caught into the machinery. So I'm not going to record the next bit, but I'm going to buff it up with a bit of cloth, just to see if I can get a bit more of a shine, and to work this Yorkshire grit into the woodwork. So that's the outside finish, and I'm pretty pretty pleased with that. It's got a nice bowl shape to it. The radius there is quite reasonable, and it's quite even in sort of in the colour. All I've got to hope for now is that when I turn the inside, that this attachment point here, this kind of recess, is going to be strong enough to hold while I pull out all this material from the inside. That's it, removed from the faceplate, so just need to get rid of this stuff now. Right, so here's where we're up to. I've got it off the faceplate. We've been working out on the outboard sort of spindle here. So I've got it onto my chuck now. Probably just see there that there's a bit of a gap here between the jaws. Ideally that little recess should have been a bit narrower, a bit smaller. Anyway, it is what it is. It still fits. So I've also got this drill mounted in the headstock, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the drill into the base of the bowl, and then I can work my tools into the hole that's created. So I don't want to go too far in with the drill, otherwise I'll come out of the back of the bowl. So I'm just going to measure roughly how far this drill bit's gone. Yeah, we're about halfway. A little bit more to go yet. Getting there. A lot of material to get out of here. It's quite hard and quite dry. But what I've done is I've tried to get the top here complete because well, because that's the way that you do it. But if you kind of like try and come back too often on this top edge, it chatters. So it's best to get it kind of finessed while you've got a bit of bulk material in here, I find. Anyway, we've got a fair bit to go yet. Well, here it is, here's the finished article, that's the bowl completed, but behind the scenes a rather unfortunate accident. This is what happened. I think I was a bit too gung-ho with the drill when I was drilling out the middle, and when I took my bowl gouge into the bottom reaches of the bowl, unfortunately it went right through. Also what happened, and as I kind of suspected, the little foot was a bit too fragile, and it kind of flew off. So by the time I've gone back and redone the base and then overdone it with the drill, I've left myself very little fiddle room. So that's the sad end to that bowl. However, it's several hours later, and I did manage to be a little bit more successful with a second attempt. So yeah, doesn't always work out, but if you kind of persevere, I guess you get there in the end. Anyway, all good fun. Thanks for watching, and if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. It does help with the YouTube algorithm, and it doesn't cost anything for you to subscribe to the channel to look out for more stuff like this. Anyway, that's my wood turning for the day. Thanks very much again. See you next time.